Oh wow. Okay, guys. Lol. Thank you very much. Okay, so I will. I've been talking a bit without you guys hearing me. I hope everybody can hear me okay now. Um, let's do this again. I'm Radu, the community manager for MC5. Nice to see everyone here. I'm the person who's usually listening to your feedback and sending it to the devs and such. So if you haven't met me already or so on, you'll probably encounter me in one way or another. So okay, everything looks good. I will start with answering the questions that have already been presented on in the topic for the live stream on Facebook, and then I will also go through a few of the ones that were mentioned on YouTube now, as of now, and then we'll play a few games and such. So let's get it on. So even the comments mentioned this as well. You guys, well, let's say some of you guys are those that are not playing the Marauder. Yes, definitely I can see it's exactly what I was going to talk about. We're talking about Marauder changes. So yes, there will be further nerfs in the next update. To be more specific, we're not touching its durability or basically his survivability skills, but we are further tuning down his firepower. So basically, it should hit much slower in the next update. Just to give you a bit of context, when we buffed him, we tried a totally different thing where we changed the animations, and I guess it's still too powerful. So these are the adjustments that we will be doing. Hopefully you guys are good with them, and if not, let us know and just survive to the next update. By the way, the next update is coming in a few weeks. Can't give you an actual date or anything, but just for context. So everybody's still asking about the Marauder nerfs. This is what we have. Next update, rate of fire nerf, further rate of fire nerfs. For those that are requesting certain flags, I noticed a lot of interest from Mexico, Iraq, and other areas. Just because of how, let's say, the camos are applied to our weapons as well as armors, it doesn't really work a lot of the time with flags, which is why we haven't added a lot of these. So I guess the team is saying more or less that we may add some things like maybe a mask or a specific armor from those countries, which could include the flag itself in the design, but we can't really add it without sort of ruining the initial design. So sorry guys if that's what you were expecting, but I personally think this sounds even better to have some specific gear. So guys, next one is some people asking when are pro tournaments returning. They are returning actually as of today, or at most tomorrow, depending on where you are. So if you are you're into tier 7 weapons and or lower and no cores and so on, make sure you check out the event section. So just so you guys know, you can you will be able to find it here in the special events. As you can see, it says coming soon, but just so you know, it's really soon. So today or tomorrow. Hey Soldier Girl, nice to see you. So and everybody else, hi. I'm just trying to take things one at a time. So Another great news is those asking about the update. As I mentioned, it's coming in a few weeks, and I will not be able to reveal a lot as we want to for you to check out the content creators, as they will have early access and information to this, and they will also give their opinion on it. So really curious to what they think. But I will let you know that basically Battle Royale is I would say almost, or well, it's ready. But there will be further updates to it. But we are quite happy with where we are with the latest changes. So you can expect the next update to have the last changes that we're making to the map for the moment, without adding new areas, which is something that might happen in the future. And also weapon stats and attachment stats when you're equipping them. So that's sort of what you can expect in terms of Battle Royale. And some really exciting I can't really think of the proper expression for this. I would say background changes that sorry guys, I'm also looking at your comments, but it's pretty hard to answer and also think about what I'm saying. So we'll get to your comments soon, so don't feel ignored. So just for those wondering what's also coming in the update, and also is well, I really hope to get, guys, I really hope very soon, I will not say as usual, we will discuss cheaters as well, or cheater things. So, and these are also related to the update to a certain extent. Yes, we are aware that there are some new hacking methods on iOS, and we are investigating them at the moment. And we are also aware that we have missed a few spots in regards to people going inside objects. So while most of them are no longer able to do so, and should, there are still a few areas that need to be covered, and with the help of your videos and screenshots that you have sent, we will be fixing those. So aside from that hack itself, for both Windows and iOS, we are also we are basically in the process of implementing and testing some methods to actually get rid of things like Game Guardian for good. If all goes well, these will the tests will be implemented in the next update. But you might not notice them right away, since basically if we're testing, we're just going to look at what's going on. And aside from that, we are also going to implement some serious server upgrades, so to speak. So it's going to be really awesome. Again, these server measures as well as the anti-hacking measures are both in testing in the next update. So for example, for the servers, but I will see if I can let you know when we actually start them. But generally, starting with the next update, we're going to be testing in Capture the Flag these new server solutions, and you should have better ping and I guess better opponents in terms of ping as well. So basically your performance in game should be better, and the performance of your opponents should be more accurate as well. So I really hope you guys will really enjoy these. So as I noticed, quite a few of you are still asking. Let's see. So, when will we have a LAN? Asks Soldier Girl. That might actually happen. I can't give any promises, but there have been a few events like this for different regions. I don't really expect us to have like a World Cup anytime soon, but definitely some competitions in different countries. It's something that you can expect. So make sure to stay tuned and check it out and brush up on your skills for these. And I noticed that, thank you guys for helping. I noticed a few people asking how they can join in the ESL and what are the requirements. There are a few people in the chat already answering this question. Basically, you have to go to the ESL webpage, create an account, link it, or basically identify your MC5 account within that account, and get a few more players. The minimum requirement being 5, a team of 5, and then start playing in the competitions, getting some good scores, not necessarily the first, but if you manage to get a good score overall, you can get into the finals. This is sort of the basic vague idea, but definitely we're working on implementing the tournaments, let's say, better in game, so you are more aware of when they are happening, how they are happening, and how you can join. Regarding I have already, guys, just so you know, and I will say this another time, or for the last time, otherwise I will simply start ignoring these comments for now. So for the hacking for both iOS, so for Android, we're testing solutions to get rid of Game Guardian and such completely. For iOS, we're investigating the latest hacks, and we don't have a solution yet, but we will for sure. And for Windows, we'll also investigate what is still being used and address it. GL FBI Army will check about the credits that you're still missing. I do remember that those were sent. Just so you know, guys, yes, if you haven't received the credits that you have won on any other item that you have won on the stream, please refer to the person that was doing the stream. In case it was actually me, you can send me a private message on the forums, as you can see. Also regarding Marauders, guys, again, I'm trying to start the stream discussing the topics that you guys bring up mostly, but then you end up asking the same things, so please make sure that you check out the beginning of the stream. So what's next? Still haven't. Okay, so credits. For some reason I'm not seeing the Facebook comments, so just give me a second. I just realized that I've been answering mostly on YouTube. Clones are still alive. Okay, if they are, we will also investigate those. We haven't launched any new investigations in clones, but I'll have it written down and we'll deal with it. So clones. Someone that I can't really read their name is saying that they need new servers in Iraq. As I mentioned, new server solutions are on their way. Just need to test them a bit before we actually implement it for the whole game. And this is also, if everything goes well, this is also a pretty big step in the direction of crossplay, if anybody is interested about that or is curious about that part. So just a second. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, there are, it's a bit harder than I expected to get all the comments in one place, but I'll deal with it. Okay, sorry for. Okay. So, oh yes, also I do remember that some of you were also asking about the new ESL camo. Yes, I am officially saying that it's coming in the next update. I hope you guys like it. It's been quite a wait, so I can't show it to you yet. Maybe we'll show it to you in the following weeks before the actual update. And let's see. And but it still runs smooth in stream, so I don't know what to link it. For those having issues with transferring their accounts from Steam to or from Windows to Steam, the easiest or most reliable way is still through the product link. So try to do that. I maybe I will show you once we get to the Android to the Windows games as well. And aside from that, let's see. When available, full battle royale. As I mentioned, the last changes, as in let's say battle royale is going out of beta next update, and the next update is in a few weeks, so I hope that answers your questions. Some people are mentioning some control issues. These are still under investigation. It's pretty hard to reproduce, and that's a problem. It doesn't seem like it's something that's affecting everyone. And yes guys, we're going to play the first Scream, so let's do this. Let's have one game. For now guys, unfortunately or fortunately, you kind of have to get in the game to get the reward. Let's say we'll pick I guess 3 random players from the game, from the match that we're making, and actually would like to see you guys. So let's say we'll pick 1 person from the top 3, 1 person from the next ones, and well, basically pick one person out of each 3 people. If we end up with 12 people, if we end up with less, we'll divide it in less. So the password, or yeah, let's have a password, I guess, so that we can confirm that you guys are here. So the password will be MC5, and we're going to have a free-for-all, tier 7s. Grenades on, armor core is off, allowed classes all, fast spawn off, military support. Well, it depends if we're playing. Let's have a free-for-all first and see what we're dealing with in terms of players, and then we see if we can make a few teams. Those Wafa, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. You're asking, I heard something about background update. Here is what I have. Make the player be able to choose his menu background as they like. that's a pretty good suggestion actually. We're actually considering that. The background that you may have heard of is not something official or let's say fully implemented or implemented on a full scale. Oh, sorry guys, to mention the first game will be on iOS, well, the second game will be on Windows, and we'll see where we go from there. So again, I will also type the password in chat so that everybody's passed. And the price for today's, for the matches today, so 3 players will receive 300 credits. So 3 players in this match. We'll see who they are, we'll see how they deal with things. And for the first match I'm actually going to be spectating so I can see a bit how everybody's doing and to put you a bit in the spotlight as well. And we'll see if I can actually join the action for the following ones. So guys, so far, okay, 6 people. We'll be waiting just a bit more, maybe take one more question and so on, and then we'll go. Cheaters in the ESL tournament will surely be disqualified. That is true, thanks TSI for mentioning. We're also obviously, what measures will be taken against hacks in MC5? There are hackers playing and not being banned. As mentioned, we are already investigating those players, those reports that came from you. I think actually some from some Vol members as well. Players asking why I'm not talking on Discord. It's just a matter of time. I am not actively ignoring anyone, just so you know. I didn't receive credits. What should I do? You should contact the, well, didn't receive credits. How? That's a bit vague. I was thinking maybe you were talking about credits on stream or other types of rewards, but maybe you're mentioning daily rewards or any other method. Another thing to mention, I noticed a few cases reported regarding not being able to buy blueprints with tokens. The issue has already been fixed, and you can let me know if you had this issue and if it's been fixed for you. I think that maybe I have seen your suggestion for the new class, Wafa. You can even link it here. I can honestly tell you if I have seen it. For those asking about Daedalus and Counterfeit, they're awesome, but there are casters for the tournaments. There will be no tournaments today. There are no ESL streams and so on. So this is just me. And in terms of Andy is no longer with us. So well, not in a tragic way, but for now it's me in terms of community management, and we'll also have for future streams. I will also try to get some of the dev team here. Granted that you guys can sort of behave and ask questions in a sort of civilized manner. So we'll see that, guys. We can do one more stream. I mean, we'll do one more stream. And the next one it's a bit better in the comments, then I will promise you that I will bring someone. So it seems like there are only 7 players joining from the. I noticed someone's also mentioning this in global chat, so sure. Someone left. Okay, Devin left. Okay, see you, Devin. Or if you're joining back. If not, you guys can do it. So it's like 6 people for yeah, okay, let's go. It's a free for all after all, it's fine. Akeem Hickson, and guys, again, if you guys want to talk about cheaters and a Marauder, I've already covered as much as I can tell you about these subjects at the beginning of the stream. Please refer to the beginning of the stream, as I think I've already answered these. So let's see who we have here. who should we be following? There are no kills yet. Oh, actually, yes, DSR gets an awesome kill with a cog. Okay, he really knows this map. Him and I guess quite a lot of people. It's we're kind of out of season, but I guess as I can see, Hank is still rocking those entrails. And yes, guys, if you have the password, you can still join. Cool. Devin actually joined in the end as well. So it's the competition is starting to rise. So let's see Joker. See quite a few snipers. Let's go through these a bit just to see what we have. Or no, it's actually not Devin, it's Darren. So I guess it's not him. So wow, we have a tier 1. This is that's very, and actually he has 2 kills, so that's not so bad considering everybody's running with much higher tiers. Snipers, Cox, FBI, I can't see you yet. Okay, too bad you have an offensive name. Another sniper, Joker as mentioned. Snipers. What did I really expect? And the Wild Marauder appears. So notice quite a lot of snipers, guys. These seem to be very popular still. Do you guys think these are OP or you're fine with them? Oh, Dolzy, nice to see you, man. Nice joining. Wow, this is definitely a very good match, but definitely beyond my caliber in terms of joining. So let's see how they do and if I can provide a pretty good commentary. So I'm pretty amateur at this. So okay, he gets taken out. So let's look a bit at the, okay, so Darren is leading with 9-4, DSR 8-5. So let's take a look at Darren. Just see how it's doing it. See if he's cheating. No, I'm kidding, Darren. I'm not accusing you of cheating at all. Oh, okay, nice. The dreaded knife, but the number 2 contender, DSR, already taking him out. So that's actually the best way to approach a free-for-all. If you can actually hunt, if you're not the number 1, or you should be hunting the number 1 or number 2 to prevent them from getting the same amount of kills in the same time. It's pretty interesting. It's the good old shotgun sort of approach that we kind of addressed, I think, but let's see. We are not playing PUBG Mobile, for those asking. And for the Marauder, let's see how that Marauder guy is doing. I'm not saying that it's not strong or anything. I'm just saying that it's not necessarily. I mean, as you can see, the top players. Although you guys are sharing screenshots with top Marauder players, this Marauder player, for example, is doing pretty good actually. Oh, okay. So actually the Marauder player is on the 2nd place, guys, so good job, and totally doesn't prove my point, and as I said, there are changes incoming to it. It's pretty amazing that he's trying to shoot from this range. I'm not fully aware of how much of a streak he has. As you know, the accuracy for the bounty hunter increases significantly as you rake up kills. And he definitely hasn't died a lot, so he should have a pretty good one. And he's already switched to a sniper, okay? So maybe didn't want to be in the spotlight with that class. But we have a very quite a high variety of snipers here, to a certain extent. I mean, tier we have 7, 6, and maybe 5. As you can see here, we have an actually an ESL veteran with rocking the Invictus camo. It's pretty cool, and as well as the cup. I like it quite a lot. And as for those asking, as I said, there's a new camo finally coming. next update, guys. So let's see how well is Hank still trying to. No, Hank actually picked up the Marauder gun. So let's see. Hank is almost, no, he's not at the bottom since it's not really one of the last ones to have joined. But let's see if he can change his score and gets one. And oh well, not anymore. And well, he doesn't have the Marauder himself, so I guess he's no longer going to go for it. And obviously, this is a pretty good approach as well to pick up the Marauder weapons if you manage to do it on something like Assault or even Recon. I think it's incredibly strong. So yeah, I definitely agree that Marauder is well, it has its weaknesses, but I can definitely understand as well from personal experience that it does kill quite fast, and I still find this people, no, I mean players. So that players still find him pretty powerful, and that's why we're going to tune him down a bit more and hopefully reach that sweet spot where people think it's okay, but it's not underwhelming that nobody would use it anymore. I mean, this is the problem with nerfing in general. You don't want, I mean, you have something that's considered powerful or that is powerful in the meta, and then you do some changes to it, and then nobody's using it anymore. So basically, you have made the game better, but you've also almost took out some content. That's pretty weird how I'm seeing this zoom, just because he's doing all these sort of quick scopes. So maybe yeah, I think we're changing to someone else. Okay, there's something I didn't do, I guess. This kind of looks like a Paragon, and it says there were 2 Paragons armor. I guess I didn't put something on that, or but either way, congratulations. So let's see, we're going to have Darren, I guess, but I can't see his dog tag. Let's see for DSR, got him. DSR, congratulations, you win 300 credits. And XABI, I don't know how to, oh well, I couldn't get your dog tag. FBI Army also for you, and we're going to, I already have your dog tag. And the Joker, so Joker, if you still stay in game, I will take your dog tag right away. Will not play the second game, I'm just waiting to get Joker's dog tag. So no, Joker, damn it. Okay, fair enough. So Joker, don't tell me your dog tag on stream, but you can okay, thanks. 9, it's not something that necessarily. So guys, we can't really ask you for dog tags on stream anymore for now, or for a while. So we're going to have to be creative and find a new way to so you kind of have to join in game or send me a message of some sort. We'll definitely try to get there. What happens after reaching 140? It's benefits and cons. Well, obviously you have everything unlocked in the sense of leveling up perks, skill points and such, so you'll have the maximum amount that's grindable simply through leveling up. I don't think there are any downsides. The only downside, I guess, is the fact that it stops there, but that limit may be increased in the future. That's not really I can't do a link for the new class suggestion, as me is not the one who sent it. Okay, then I still don't understand. Okay, but if you send the, you have to let me know where you have sent this suggestion. I'm receiving quite a few suggestions each day in a lot of places. So Darren, okay, perfect. Thank you, Darren. Sure, Abby. I'm I'm buddies with everyone, but just as I mentioned, um, I have been quite busy with a lot of things for which I had to prioritize more than communicating with you guys. I've been focusing on solving some issues and so on. So stay tuned. I will surely be more active in the next period, and maybe someone else will join me as well. So let's see. Let's go for a scrim on Windows as well, since it's been a while since we've done this, and I've been promising to do this for a long time. So let's see. So guys, this one's on Windows. Going to be the same password. I think you can actually hear my game, so I apologize. Just need to get in the menu to turn on the volume. Yeah, you can definitely hear me. Okay. Okay, it should be pretty good now. I could talk about that a bit, I guess. Basically, if you guys want to help us improve a lot of our games, including MC5, you could join that Brainloft survey sort of thing, where you get offers, surveys, and tests and stuff that ask you about games. So you answering honestly on them will help us make the game better. By the way, guys, I don't know if you've also noticed, last week you were also presented or asked to do a survey regarding your experience with the current update, and also compared to the previous update. There have been quite a few of you that have answered to it, but I was kind of expecting more, to be honest. So guys, don't hesitate. Please make sure that you do answer to those. It really helps us a lot to basically make a case or determine how many people are affected and what's your experience so far, because obviously the feedback that I give is related to what you guys are saying in comments and so on, and while there are like millions of MC5 players, there's only a handful that actually communicate, and generally we're hoping, or we're thinking that that's the general opinion. But if you have a different one, make sure that you make it heard, otherwise you will just have to suffer at the tyranny of the vocal minority, so to speak. So, as I said, this is going to be, we're on Windows now. The game will also have the same password. I think I'm also going to spectate this one, or should I try? Actually, let's try. I'll try to get in on the action on this one. This account that I don't have any loadouts, but let's do this. So what will it be, guys? Vote in the comment section what what class and weapon you'd like me to play in the next match, and I will do it. I'll have like two of the top loadouts that you guys suggest. By the way, for this one, my intention last game was actually to limit it to tier maybe 3-4, I guess, but no worries. So let's have as I said, another free-for-all. It's going to be MC5. We're also going to have this one on streets, just to mirror the other one and see how it's going to happen. And as I said, tier 7, all classes, armors. Let's see. Since there were quite a lot of snipers in the last game, and I expect quite a lot of snipers on Windows as well, we're going to have up to tier 4. So, but no cores. I hope I disable them. Marauder tier 8, but I'm doing so Wafa, he has done that suggestion for the class somewhere, right? An email, a comment, anything. This information is available publicly, or are you saying that he has sent a message here on stream, or that he has sent me a private message? As I said, please tell me which one you are referring to, and I will try to answer you. Yes, this is Windows, guys. I'll try to get some text, so let's see something quick just to say. Windows. Okay. So guys, on Windows, where is this? It's on top, but I can't see it yet. Okay, I'll have to deal with this after. So guys, come join if you guys are on Windows. Usually there are so many Windows players here asking why are we never doing something on Windows. We're here now. Devil will also look into other member content creator or let's say content creator topics. Let's discuss those in private. I will not be answering these here, so sure, we'll look into that, but it's not something we want to touch here. There's only one guy, SD. Hi man. I guess if there won't be any more. Oh no, actually we have one more. So by Zorium, let's at least try to get a 3v3. So I guess I could try to share this. Though the whole point of this was to play with you guys from the stream. So I noticed that quite a lot of you guys, I'm asking you to suggest. Yes, true by Zorium. To suggest a class and a loadout, but I have made the conditions for up to tier 7. Actually guys, rejoin me just to make sure that I have the loadout first. So guys, no Hansel and Gretel, no grinder, no nothing. Made the conditions for tier 4 armors and tier 7 weapons, so none of these work. Armor cores, I didn't disable them, but okay, let's have a loadout. But you guys are asking me to play with the Marauder, I guess, or well, I actually want to play against the Marauder. So if you guys have Marauders, bring them on. And I think I'm going to bring Actually, I can do something that we haven't done, I haven't heard about in a while, which is this guy. You remember this guy and what you guys didn't necessarily or considered very strong. Let's see how many. I have plenty of points, so that's fine. So it's going to be a sapper with a shoulder cannon. Let's see if the sapper with the shoulder cannon is more annoying or displeasing than a Marauder. So guys, as I said, who wants to join? Bring your Marauders if you got any. If you don't, it's fine. Just want to feel it. So yeah, thanks for the appreciation on my haircut. It's kind of the same each time, but it's fine. I'm glad you like it. So will we ever get a new map? Of course. Not only so well. The problem is I can't really talk much about things that are still being developed, especially that aren't ready soon enough, or that I can't guarantee that they'll be there pretty soon. But classes and maps are definitely on the table, so do expect something pretty soon. For the maps, one clue that I think I can give you is that we will definitely ask your opinion on how this map should look like, or something of that sort. We really liked your involvement in the dual map, although you guys aren't really playing the dual map that much, so I hope we hit the nail better with a big multiplayer map that's not restricted to dual mode. So where was I here? Okay, let's say a tier 3. What will it be? What will it be? It's gonna be the Marauder. Try it. And it's going to be with, as I said, the shoulder gun. So let's see, guys. I think this is a pretty powerful setup, but if I would want to be just this one, let's have a recon with Bossk. In case you're wondering what's up with this account that has nothing unlocked but is level 140, it's just me testing various other accounts and bugs and so on, so don't worry about it. I will unveil my actual account at some point if I'm ready, because I know you guys will be looking at my stats and so on. We need Scream for iOS. As you said, we're going to do. The last one was also with up to the tier 7 weapons. The only difference was there were some paragons, so they were pretty good. So, yes, jungle or snow maps. Yeah, I know you guys mentioned snow maps. Yeah, you guys. So this is the funny part, guys. You know, the last vote that we had, and we promoted it in game as well. The poll happened on Facebook, but we also promoted it in game. You had to choose between an Arctic setting and a desert setting, and so you guys voted for the desert setting, which is fine, but on the other hand, you guys keep saying you want jungle or snow maps, and well, the jungle part is actually I think a bit more trickier, just because trees take a lot of resources. I know this sounds weird, but it's basically like having a map full of buildings and so on, and you would have to... Oh yes, I was creating the match, guys. Yeah, sorry. This is... I'm a man. I'm bad at doing many things at the same time, but bear with me. So custom matches, as I said, private game. Well, okay, let's leave it like this. Let's see if more people join. This way we have tier 7s, tier 4 armor at max, military support, no cores, because I will not be equipping any cores. Vol, well, it depends. I mean, video proofs, if your question is what is the best kind of proof to present for hacking, it's definitely video proof, because what you may be interpreting as something, it may be something else. Just to give you an example, although maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. Basically, if you remember, there were some hacks that people, from the hacker's perspective, it looked like they were sort of flying or shooting from a flying position, but they were actually just increasing their height, so that's how it is. The reason why we also ask for the videos is that we're also tracking, so we have things in the game that should be able to confirm us if someone is a hacker. Given that we already know of the hacking method, for example, now I noticed there are quite a few videos of what I would call tracing. So basically the crosshair following the person even behind walls or things like that. So that's one that we're investigating right now. But it's obviously obvious if we see it on stream and so on. So don't worry about the ESL cases. We're definitely going to look into them, and those guys will be disqualified and will not be eligible for any of the rewards. Yes, I guess you could do that as well, Vol, but are you doing something about crashes in game? I'm not. If I say that I'm not crashing, it's oh wow, we already have quite a few players. So regarding crashes, guys, we're investigating all the crashes that we receive through. So we do have a good idea of how many crashes you guys have or where are you crashing, and we're definitely looking into them. We're obviously prioritizing those that happen to more players. So definitely something that's why do we have 2 spectators? Okay guys, you guys want to spectate, sure. Okay, let's do this. When server merging is going to happen in iOS and Android, we don't have a date yet, but we are taking each update makes you crash. Okay, so you're saying when you're playing a Marauder that you're crashing during the match. You have to give me more details. By the way guys, it's not the best place to report bugs right now, because I'm also thinking, where are my loadouts? Where's my Sapper loadout? Oh well, it's going to be a recon. So you want buff of Bramson? Yeah, you're going to get a buff for Bramson in the next update as well. It's going to be a small buff, but it's going to be there. Well, yeah, it's called crossplay, but in a way I understood what he meant. So as I mentioned, I can't give you a date yet, but there's already someone else with a shoulder gun, and I'm not really paying attention to what's going on here, so that's not very good. Yep. So guys, I will continue the discussion sort of after the game. This guy has been in ESL as well, or was one of the lucky guys. Good for him, he had the Bullet Life camo. Not exactly what I was looking for, but these guys are diamond players, definitely. I just need to find my team. We have a Marauder on the team as well. Maybe I get the weapons from him. Let's see. Let's see. Oh man, should have adjusted my sensitivity. I'm not really providing the best entertainment here, but hopefully I will. This is kind of okay. That's the weapon I was looking for, but definitely haven't been watching my back. I should be playing a bit more with the team. I was with the team there, but I'm having a hard time figuring out where they're coming for us. So where is it? Finally, give. No, actually I took the cog. So okay, give me the West. Good, much better. I know it's a bit silent, so I guess maybe I should activate the in-game sounds as well. This is also, I usually play with sound, so should feel much better now. Okay. No, I can't deal with this sensitivity. I really need to have a new one. Have it set up. Yeah. So let's see how is it going with me being 0-6 but I'm the 4th member of my team. We're not that behind, so that's good. Guys, I don't want to lose the game for you, because it's going to be the top players from each team are going to get the prize, but make sure that you stay in the match in the end, maybe even to the next one if I didn't get to get your dog tag. Paisorium, you are very good, but happens. Okay. Yeah, so just the thing, like with the Marauder as well, it works on small range, on close range, But against snipers, I really don't know how you guys managed to get everyone, or to be gotten by Marauders. So essentially that's their, just like with the Ver Power, their weakness is range. Okay. Oh wow, they're cleaning house, literally. Good. Of course, guys on the other team, good job other way. Luffy, wow, it's been a long time since I've seen you. Well, I guess actually we haven't been playing on Windows for quite a while, so that's normal. Okay, that was the clone. No. Good for you. And where is it? I can't look up enough yet. Jesus. Okay. So guys, I think it's you guys can let me know after the game if it's better with commentary or with actual gameplay. It's definitely pretty hard for me to do both, and especially since I'm not good at either of them. So we'll also check. I see you guys are also discussing or clarifying things. I'm really glad. So no, actually we lost, right? Yep. The sound. Finally. Good job, guys. Congratulations, Luffy, Cannon by Zorium. Okay, so guys, don't go. Good. Okay. Luffy, I don't have your dog tag here, but I guess you can contact me. GG, man. You can contact me on Discord, and I assume you're that Luffy, right? And from my team is going to be Drago the Destroyer. Oh, well, I'll actually check the dog tag on stream later since I managed to get him. So that's pretty good. So that's one of the Windows matches that we had today. Now just gonna check out what you guys have been saying while I've been playing. Also, guys, please let me know what kind if you'd like to have some sort of special conditions in these matches. If you want, we can also do something like to duel me, or as I said, try to spectate rather than play. So tell me what you want to do. Sonic, to be honest, I haven't noticed you in the games. Oh, 1 ECC, oh, 26. Okay, that's you. Cool. Well, you want 300 credits, which I will deliver to you today or tomorrow the most. Please nerf the Marauder class. Guys, again, for everybody just joining the stream, we're now on Windows, but I guess the next game will be again on iOS and so on. So we're doing 1-1-1-1, so we're handling iOS and Windows. We've been covering the popular topics of Marauders and hackers and servers and crossplay. For crossplay, I guess I could even offer a few more details. As we've been mentioning each time, and FBI Army, we really need to deal with that. We'll really look into it. I do remember sending you those credits personally, so there must be some sort of issue. I do remember trying to making sure that the percent, so it's, I don't know, either not getting your profile, but well, I will talk about this with you on Discord, so no worries. Have a good suggestion for you, Radu. Watch our old MC5 OP players videos and see how Cog, PR, Bramson and Bosk were good to kill. I don't really understand. Why are there no daily rewards? I've been saying for a long now, I will say it one more time. Why are there no... no, that's a different one. So, Mafa, as I mentioned, I really don't know. Okay, so regarding your class suggestion, as I said, if you can, pass it, just make a topic on the forum in the suggestion section, put it there. But I don't understand if you're saying you're not, I made a friend do it for me. Was it, you have to tell me how he contacted me, otherwise I really don't know. They will never ban hackers. Actually, we are banning hackers. So this is, okay, so, guys, really last time I'm trying to explain this, and just because it's covering a few more topics. If not, please just make sure that you guys refer to earlier videos or the earlier version of this video or earlier time in this video to get the question answered. So, crossplay. Crossplay means Android players playing with iOS players. One of the, I mean, there are two challenges for this aside from the implementation as well. So before we do the implementation, we want to have an acceptable level of anti-hacking. So, well, basically with each measure that we're introducing, we're hoping it's acceptable. So it's always your feedback that's telling us it's unacceptable. So then we keep on working on it. We would keep working on it either way, but it definitely tells us that we're not ready yet. Although ironically, at the moment or recently, or just because it's happened in ESL as well, I've been much more aware of iOS and to an extent Windows players rather than Android players. But so just to get back to the point, so I was saying crossplay means less to no cheaters and very good connection, even between platforms. I know that sounds a bit vague. It's a bit hard to explain without actually going into the details, and I can't really go into the details. But in terms of hackers, as I said, when you guys will say that, well, to be honest, I don't think a popular game, and it's funny because you guys are saying MC5 dead, but there are these hackers that keep on developing these hacks, so it's definitely not a dead game if there is interest from the community to use these hacks, so that these guys are making them and trying to find new ones and so on and so forth. So as I said, the steps that we take is dealing with anti-hacking. The main priority in dealing with anti-hacking is to deal with the issues themselves. So as in, you guys have been asking us a lot to basically deal with the applications as well. So things like Game Guardian or Cheat Engine or stuff like that for their respective platforms. And we are, as I mentioned, we are in the process of testing something like that for Android starting next update. And we'll see if we can implement it further. The next step, or the other step, that when I'm saying that further anti-hacking measures have been implemented and so on, is basically dealing with the hacks themselves. So basically, if someone is hiding in a box or shooting from objects and so on, we've been dealing with that. As I mentioned, yes, apparently we have missed a few spots, but we'll definitely address those as soon as possible. In terms of banning players, we are actually routinely banning players. If I can look at the latest report and just give you, if you're just curious. So let's see. Okay, so for example, last week we have banned, where is this? Wasn't really looking to share this right now. Okay, so basically, I'm being told that, and I can't really say the exact number, but there are hundreds. For now, there are hundreds being banned across platforms on a daily basis. So much fewer on iOS, but definitely on each. So yes, this is a much slower process because we also have to investigate these guys. We can't simply look at your report, and although it looks like a cheat and so on, we obviously have to have the proof of our own. So which is why it's very important that we first have the detection slash punishment or way to stop the hack itself, and then deal with the hacker or the person who's attempting to hack as well. One of the issues that that these hacks bring is also that some of them are good even with a new account. So that means that if we're banning someone and they find a way to create a new account, they can go back to using them as well. So this is why okay, the chat on iOS is pretty colored, so I don't really know how to disable it, so let's ignore it. So where was I? Yes, and again guys, you see, you kind of tricked me into talking a lot about hackers without without saying anything new. FBI mod, FBI Armin, now I can't make you a mod, and please stop spamming the chat so I can also notice other players. So guys, aside from the anti-hacking measures, as I mentioned, that we're doing each update, so just to give you a sort of mechanic so that you can sort of determine approximately when it's coming on your own. So each update we're introducing anti-hacking measures. When the anti-hacking, when you're not encountering any more cheaters, or let's say very few cheaters and there are hackers, yeah, especially on Android, that's when this step could be considered acceptable. And the next step is related to servers infrastructure, which we are all, as I mentioned, we're already working on, so that should be ready within a few updates. I mean, it's already ready to a sense, but we need to test it, so it could be fully implemented in a few updates. So once you have these, both servers and anti-hacking, then we can finally get some cross-platform action going on. So okay, so suggestion through customer care. If you send it through customer care, then most probably customer care has escalated it to the devs directly. I am not aware of any of the suggestions that come through customer care, to be honest. So, but the devs are, since they are addressed to them. So I don't really know, but you can, if you can get the customer care ticket that he submitted it with, I will definitely give you an answer on that. So, well, quite a few viewers have left on Facebook. You have videos, you're talking too much in my opinion. Devs doing their job about anti-hacking. Yep, they are trying to. When they are going to ban hackers? Jesus. Okay, I think I've kind of dealt with this topic enough. We're banning hackers as soon as we finish the investigations on each case. The cases are submitted either through forums or customer care and so on, and then they are checked depending on the volume and the priorities and so on. Could take up to a few days. So that should answer your question. So guys, you just want a PR and Bremson buff. For the PR, I've also covered this to an extent. So, for example, for the PR, it's pretty hard to give it a buff. For example, my personal take on it would be to maybe lower the penalty on movement speed, so so that you're less slower with it. Because guys, when you're asking for something to be buffed or nerfed, you have to take into account how much we can do that with the real impact. So if you look at the Bramson, it does 20 damage. It's a minimum range and maximum damage is 20. So that means you have 5 bullets, kill someone. Let's say we increase the damage to what? 30. That means that you cut it by a bullet and eyeball, 2 bullets almost. So that's way too significant. But if we just buff it with, I don't know, let's say 2, then it's insignificant. The number of bullets required for them to die will more or less be the same, unless you take into account edge cases related to headshots and such. So guys, let me know which part of these weapons you would like or you think should be buffed or should be changed, or how, because we have 109 weapons in this game, and 109, I'm maybe not mentioning this right, I think it's 140. There are 9 classes. Well, anyway, I'll make the math. Anyway, it's over 100 for sure. And the idea is that they are each unique in their own way, and they also have to, so they have to feel different, but they also have to be effective, but not too effective. So if the PR kills in 3 bullets, then it's pretty insane, I think. So give us your suggestion on how, when you're saying nerf something or buff something, to give us a suggestion. I mean, try to think a bit about it if you can, or if you have the time and would like to do so. Try to think about it and let us know which area you think could be touched without it becoming a totally different weapon. Or yeah, so let's see, like I was saying with the PR, just to explain a bit better. So saying the max damage is 20, if we look at, and with a fire rate of 716. Now when we look at the, let's say the Enforcer, we have 24 damage, so more damage, but like a third less fire rate. So that means they're essentially around the same time to kill. So how are we going to buff the PR without making it better than the Enforcers? That's a question to think about when you're asking for things like this. So guys, let's play one more game on each of the platforms. I was kind of hoping to cover a bit more, but there's more time for that next time. I haven't noticed any feedback, as I was mentioning. If you guys still have time, do let me know what would be best, or how these streams would be better for you. Since I'm I'm kind of sad to watch you guys leave from the stream, so because it means what I'm saying is not of interest to you, I guess, or it's not entertaining enough. So do give me some feedback on how I can improve these. Someone's saying buff boss can cog and Bramson, yeah, sure. So it's always the discussion of, will these weapons come back, will they replace, and so on. They might see some buffs, but definitely not in the next update. The idea is not to make them as powerful as the other weapons, at most for them to be viable to fight, which to be honest, I do think at least the Bossk and the Bramson are pretty good. Well, something that may happen in the future is seeing how maybe we can basically deal with the relative power around the field better. So like in the last match, when there were 2 guys with Paragon armors, basically we should normally face people around the same defensive power, and the same would stand for weapons. I don't really understand if someone's asking on Facebook, someone called Russ Carlson, is Battle Royale on Android for next update? In case some of you didn't really get the memo, if you're not seeing Battle Royale on Android anymore, it's because with all the changes that we've made and so on, it simply doesn't perform acceptable on certain classes of devices. So if your device is that and it's mostly related to the GPU, then you're not going to be able to see Battle Royale unless you get a better device in that category. On Facebook here, by the way, if you check the notes and just go down a bit, you'll find the announcement that this is happening, that we're dropping Battle Royale for certain devices on Android, and you can check your device on the list there and look for what you would need in order to play it. Well, to be honest, so you're saying that, but at least make them playable and able to compete with prestige weapons. Prestige weapons are stronger than these weapons when they're when the armors are stronger. So this is why I'm saying if you have a prestige weapon and a cog, both facing a tier 1 armor, while the let's just look at that so you guys don't think I'm talking some weird stuff. So let's see, we look at the cog, it's not this one's, let's have it fully upgraded, let's put on everything so that we have a base for this. So just to explain this, so we look at the cog, we have 19 damage. If you look at it, it's almost the same damage as and better fire rate than the PR, right? And also the special, as you know, the special power of the cog is that it has increased damage when you're aiming down, so this 19 becomes much more. And now so let's just take this, yeah, and the penetration of 15, so we get 805 fire rate and 19 damage. And now we look at the big boy called Grinder, which you guys know. So we have an increase of about 20% in fire rate, but not for the damage as well. So, but the big number here, the big difference, as you can see, is here in the penetration, and this is what essentially prestige weapons do. I find it kind of weird, actually, or maybe weird is not necessarily the best term, in the sense that basically prestige weapons are, as I mentioned, stronger only against opponents with stronger armor, because they essentially ignore the armor and thus sort of bypass the scaling of armor. So in a sense, prestige weapons is what keep the armors in check. But at the same time, I can understand that you may be in exactly this situation. You have pretty low tier armor, and you're facing players with higher tier armor and a prestige weapon, and you're thinking, oh, it's taking me so long to take them down, but it's taking them so little. But as I said, if you look at the numbers and like actually consider it, it's strictly related in this case to the defense. So the only way, I guess, or guys, what do you think about this? Actually, while talking about this, I just got an idea. So this is a spontaneous thing. So for the weapons that you are asking, so things like PR, COG, Bramson, and so on. What about simply increasing their penetration values? So like as I mentioned, now fully upgraded. The cog has 15 penetration,
not even sure. Yep, it has 2 levels of no, actually 3 levels of penetration to get here.
So with 5 each, maybe add meta a bit more and see if in essentially only increasing its damage against higher armors should definitely be noticeable, and I'll let the devs know. I can't promise you anything, guys, but I would really appreciate if you would guys answer in any of the chats if you guys think this is a good suggestion, since I just came up with it. I'm trying to explain to you why it's pretty hard to buff weapons when we're talking about numbers or how we can buff them. So basically the idea is they're all quite close in terms of stats, and making a change for it to be significant could simply end up turning it into a different weapon or a copy of another weapon and so on. So we have to adjust these things without actually making the weapons feel the same. So we're basically in our last 10 minutes of the stream. I promised you one more game. Let's do one more game on iOS, since I've been talking for so much. This has been mostly a screen with me showing you MC5 and just rambling about cheaters, marauders, and weapons, which are always which are a common topic, and it's good to touch upon it, and it's definitely good to let you guys know that we are also aware of these, and we aren't ignoring them. So let's do, as I said, one more match. Let me see, did I actually have any loadouts here? So I have the COG, yeah, and the PR and the West. So okay, looks good. So let's do it like this. It's going to be I would actually like to do a museum. So it's going to be museum, custom match, up to tier 7, all classes. It's going to be up to tier 3 armors. So just to give you an example of this, it's going to be free for all, yeah. And I'm going to host it in global as well. So guys, do join. There's no password. So join me if you'd like for the last game for tonight. And guys, for the next stream, when you guys see the announcement on Facebook, do leave any questions in the comments leading up to the stream, so that I can also already have the answers as I did now. And for those that don't catch the beginning of the stream, I will simply ask them to check out the rest. Okay, Chandri, kinda wanted to close that subject, but just to give you a better idea. So you're saying PR Cog and Bramson keep prestige more powerful, but make, or no, that's actually, you already mentioned that. Increase hipfire accuracy and reduce hit markers of Cog, PR, and Bramson. Hit markers are just an evidence of faulty server communication, be it, yeah, we will say it's your connection, and it's usually your connection or the connection of the person that you're shredding and so on. Will take part of the blame as well. And as I mentioned, we're not going to buff hit markers specifically, in the sense that this is not something that can be buffed or nerfed. This is just something that's related to connections. But we are buffing connections in the next, well, we're testing a buff for connections in the next update, so you will see some changes. We're still missing, I guess I could wait for one more, or not, we could go. Just to finish this idea, so as I mentioned, we're not buffing these weapons specifically, but if your concern is hit markers, that is being addressed to an extent. You may not feel the difference in all game modes, because we are only testing it in Capture the Flag, for example, starting with next update, and if everything goes well, we're going to implement it for everything else. So let's do this, guys. Yep, full lobby, that's what I like to see. Iris, thank you very much for your kind words. Um, I really hope more people feel the same. Fire in the hole indeed. So what will it be? So I was saying the West. Hello there. No, I shouldn't have typed. It's fine. We're having some cogs. Okay. Again, so as I said, please let me know if I can make this more. And why is this guy using tier 1? Are these guys just letting me win? I don't know. Okay, let's leave these here. So as I said, do let me know if why isn't anybody shooting me? Okay, good. Thank you. Wrecked you. Indeed, you have. So yeah, I was wondering why nobody was shooting me, but so guys, don't give me a pass. You can definitely teach me how to play the game. FBI Army Man, good job with the Bramson. Maybe I'll try a different loadout. I'm not aware why I still have this instead of the shoulder gun. I'll figure it out. Where are you running? Okay, yeah, I saw that guy as well. Yeah, so let's try a different loadout. Maybe I can do better with the cog. Though okay. My positioning is horrible this game. Like, don't play like this at home, boys. Yeah. Oh, nice, a Jade weapon. A Jade Bosk, actually. It's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty hard to talk when I'm getting my ass kicked, and basically you're sort of shutting me up. It's pretty hard to comment on my Swift Def after just respawning. Let's see if I can do better with what else. This is why I was better at spectating, I think. Still think the cog is what should set me free. 5 to 13 actually, I'm not that far behind. Yeah, it's almost triple, but it's not more. Yeah, and playing without sound. Yeah, guys. By the way, guys, in chat, how do you guys play usually? Do you play with sound all the time, or are you the kind of person that plays without sound? I personally can't play any game without sound. Well, maybe whatever, a card game or something like that, but for FPS it's definitely I feel like I have one less hand or something, just because I'm less aware, as you can see, of people coming from behind me and such. Like, I don't hear them pre-firing or things like this. So if you guys have a solution, probably watch the minimap, I guess. Oh, that was so close. Okay. And yes, I haven't been using the Berserker Rage at all for some reason. There is no excuse not to use the Berserker Rage. It's, I mean, if you're having any issue with with any of these weapons, just like buff it up and just watch them die. Yep. You now, well, he ran away from me now. Okay, the Red Devil or something of that sort. Well, the good part is actually, I think that's how I should have done it. I should have spammed the Berserker Rage
and die and then again, and that's the way I could win. So how am I doing? Well, not as bad as I would expect. 25 kills already, 26. Okay, this is like 28. Haram. I don't know. Is this haram? So many. So haram. And so guys, please stay in the game so I can get your dog tag. I have haram. Oh. Let's see, Bishka, you're also getting something. Briat, I think, or Bleach, again, I can't see your thing. I always want to do this, but you're just not allowing me. All these players with private profile, guys, you have private profiles, sorry. I can't give you any rewards if I can't see your dog tag. However, since there were a few that I have missed, so I've checked 2, and I will look for 2 more. Let's say, if you guys manage to kill me during the match and you're a different person, you're going to get 300 credits from the last game. There have been quite a lot, so it's definitely going to be quite a lot of credits. Waiting for you to nerf the cock. I'm not saying that we did, where I was simply explaining to you that the difference in weapons is mostly related to armor penetrations, and armor penetration is obviously relative to the armor protection. So basically what I think you're actually asking us is to buff these weapons specifically against harder armors, and that's my suggestion that I could pass on to the devs to increase the penetration. So do let me know if this is what you'll be looking for. Realized. Okay. So guys, the last round, I'm going to go through the latest comments that I can still notice. If there's anything that you still want to ask now. It will be the last 3 questions that I take, so do let me know. And if you enjoyed this, please do join us as in me and maybe a dev next time. Whoa. Nerfing Hans and Gred is a good idea, or nerfing the whole Marauder class. Guys, we are nerfing the Marauder class. Grander is okay. Buff Bremsen and damage. Again, guys, we can't really buff the damage in that sense. Just because I've showed you the difference in damage is so small that it wouldn't even be so. If we look at, you're asking about Bremsen, Marauder, Commander. Where is it? You recon you. So here, Bremsen. It's doing 16 damage with a fire rate of 716. And let's see if we look at Firecracker, which was also buffed, 750 and 17. Yeah, so as you can see, there is a difference in fire rate, but it's not really that big, and there is a difference in damage, but it's not really that big to make it notice. The big difference, as I said, is this number over here about penetration. You guys know what I'm talking about, or maybe that's inappropriate. So the point is that we could look into armor penetration. This hasn't been discussed before, or I wasn't part of a discussion in this area, but I will mention it if you guys also think that this is what you're looking for. Okay, haven't played the game in a while. I'm leaving. If you guys want to listen to these stupid guys who has no idea is just talking about. Okay. Chill out. Berserker Rage, improved Flash Hider Paragon plus sloping Japanese nav. Again, guys, the thing about the pink is should no longer be something, or it's slowly becoming a thing of the past, hopefully. Any buff for Kogi? Yes, any buff for Kogi is exactly nerf. No scope on BSW and Imp. We literally nerfed no scope when we basically made the accuracy in hip mode pretty garbage. So I don't know what more would you expect us to do in that regard. But if you have any suggestions, do pass them on. They won't necessarily be implemented in that way, but I guess it could also give me some better tools to go to the devs, as they might have different ideas than you, but you might come with a very good suggestion that is also sort of balanced. Invite real players to commentate next stream via Skype or Discord. Well, that's actually a very good idea, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, sure. So I guess next time we're going to have at least one surprise guest from the content creators. So we're definitely going to do that. That's a very, very good suggestion. I'm looking for more questions, guys, but I really don't see. Trust me, the last match I played with Firecracker, the match ended and I got first place with 60 kills and that you just need to be good, not be toxic. Well, yeah, I guess each player's experience is different. There's always, I'm sure the truth is somewhere, well, like, let's say with the Marauder. I don't think it's beyond OP, but it's definitely strong. It can definitely be handled. It definitely has its shortcomings. It's maybe not as bad or as it seems for some people, but it's something that we're looking into. So that's the thing with all your comments. We're looking at how many people are actually complaining about something, how many people are actually enjoying that and not complaining. So we're also looking at how much is being used, and we're taking decisions in that direction. Review range of Marauder weapons. Why or what do you mean? Yes, we will nerf Marauder. Fire rate again. Luffy, there is already this mode and it's called Pro Tournaments, and it's going to when you say lobby damage is different from info damage, again, you guys have to make well, it's different because you're taking into account armor values. I'm just taking that those reductions will happen the same, I guess. Like if a weapon does 20 damage, and let's say, look, the Santa suit has 9%, or let's say 10, I'm going to round this number up just for now. Well, explosive is not the relevant one, it's the projectile armor that we're talking now. So 15% reduction out of 20 is about 8, I guess. 50% out of 20. No, it's about 1.5, around 3 damage or so. So per bullet. So that's where you get the difference. When you add that up, you will be, so if normally you take 5 bullets to kill someone with 100 health, then you add in this 15% reduction, then it takes you 6 bullets to kill someone. So yeah, obviously the experience is different. Then if you look at the different armor with more projectile armor like this one, one of the latest ones that we have introduced, you can see the protection is also doubled. So that's how, that's what I'm talking about. We are talking about ESL rules armor. Guys, if you want to talk about, hope you guys make all the guns balanced in ESL rules armor set, rules armors like it used to be. Guys, I'm not really aware of this, but I will definitely look into it. So I was under the impression that we are in a pretty good state right now, since I mean, with the tier 3 weapons and up to tier 7 weapons, I was thinking that
this is pretty good. If you're talking about and yes, Alien, yes, Paragon has 45 protection, but again, as you said, you can use a prestige weapon and just completely ignore that. So so again, for the other subjects like ESL and so on, we can discuss more in on Discord and such. I think it's probably not fair for the rest of the few viewers that are still here. And I kind of have to go home as well, guys, so it was an awesome evening. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry for the no sound at the beginning and whatever shortcomings and so on. Devil, your old crosshair, I don't really know which crosshair, if you're just strictly talking about, well, actually you said sniper crosshair, so that means that you want to do the shotgun sniper ones. Those aren't coming back anytime soon, as you noticed. Even in the last match there were quite a few people playing snipers and others that don't like seeing snipers being used as shotguns, which is understandable. Hello, Afri, you say put voice chat. That's also something that will be coming pretty soon. Not really sure I was supposed to talk about this yet, but here you have it. So well, of course BSU is a sniper and not a shotgun, but I'm saying that there essentially when players are talking about using snipers at close range or mid range without using the scope, it's essentially using it as a shotgun, more or less. Yeah, you're so yes, hello. As I said, put voice chat. I answered that one. Is it possible to have a damage indicator? What is something that we may introduce in the future, but there's not. I mean, this has been something that has been requested, and we have been thinking about it, but there hasn't been something developed on it yet. Is to have some sort of practice range, and this has come as a suggestion from you guys quite a lot. A practice range where you would be able to have these, so you could tell the stats and so on. Otherwise, it's pretty tricky and would kind of affect the aesthetics of the game if we sort of make those flying numbers that you can see in other games. It's kind of not the thing for our game. Why you won't talk about old weapon stats? Sorry, I didn't get the discussion, and we're kind of at the end of this. We used to kill a Paragon players with 8 cock shots. Now we need to shoot the Paragon at least 20. I don't really know if either of these values are accurate, so I'll have to test these in order to answer. But these kinds of, I mean, you can ask this when I'll have a dev on stream, and I think he will be better equipped to answer this question. Otherwise, I'll have this question for next time. But when you say well, you guys keep saying that you want the old MC5 back. It's, you know, it's a favorite philosopher of mine says that you can't take a bath in the same water. So basically, it's never going to be the same. Yeah, it's even if it's exactly what you're saying. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same players and so on and so forth. What you're going to see is yes, cross-platform, better matchmaking, better performance in the game. Even if and I see no reason if what you enjoy the most is the old one. It's definitely, I mean, it's a significant part of the community that enjoys the old style, but there are also a very significant part of the community that enjoys the new content as well and is playing with it and is using it and would not like to give it up, obviously. So there are plenty of options from ESL to organizing even your own tournaments. We're definitely sustaining those if you have anything in mind, and get the players you want, the players that are also interested in playing under those conditions, and just have fun.
I really don't see why the whole game would need to be. I mean, you're essentially asking us to like delete half of the content. That's obviously not something that we can do. It's not viable. Well, years ago it had more players. I am not making any more streams today. As I said, where I first said that this stream will be 1 hour and a half. We're already almost 2 hours in. So guys, thank you very much for joining us. I'll catch you next time. There are only a few guys, so really thank you for sticking with me up to this point. And I'll see you next time. And again, thanks for the suggestion. We're going to have one of you guys on Skype chatting with me, maybe also trying to answer these questions and so on from their perspective, and hope it's going to be fun. FBI Army Man, you can ask me this on Discord, no worries. So guys, see you next time, and if you have questions about Marauder and cheaters and so on, please refer to the beginning and middle of the stream, I guess, and all the rest. So guys, have a nice evening. Bye bye.